Okay, so the reason that I wanted to get into film is because it kind of saved my life. No, actually, it didn't kind of. It really did actually save my life. As in my childhood, I didn't really have anything, and I mean that on every level. I grew up with a lot of mental health disorders that weren't really recognized back in the day, back when I was still growing up and everything. So I had what is now known as anxiety, depression, ADHD, and I later on developed borderline personality disorder, which is a whole other thing. I'll get into that later. But when I was growing up, I didn't have any kind of support system from anyone. My parents weren't really, well, my mother was never there, and my dad, when he was there, he wasn't really a good person. Let's just leave it at that. And then at school, I would always be picked on because I was smaller than everyone else, and I had a really smackable head, and that really did not help me. I was a very easy target. So I would always be ostracized from all the other groups, like at school and at home, and I'd always be off on my own somewhere, and my only escape from reality would have been the comic books and like movies that I was always see on screen. A lot of people don't really realize the impact that film has on a human being. Like, everyone needs an inspiration. Everyone needs a muse, an icon to look up to. And for mine, the one I liked the most, obviously, was Batman. Because I feel like I related to him the most. It was like, I mean, obviously not the billionaire part, which would have been nice, but the part where he was just a somewhat broken individual, where he kind of had to climb out of the dirt by himself and make something of himself without anyone else really around to help him out. I mean, sure, he had later on, he found out, you know, he got Robin, he got Batgirl, Alfred was always there. But, like, in the beginning, it was just him, and he always felt alone, and I kind of related to that, and I wanted to grow up and be something as amazing as he was. And, like, later on, of course, there were a bunch of other heroes and, you know, just pretty much everyone else on the screen and, like, on a comic book page, but no one else had, like, achieved that level of legend in my head. And so this whole time, I was just, like, going through life with no one else to look up to except for this one dude who wasn't even real. But the whole point is, like, people don't realize just how inspiring and just how much of an impact that things that aren't even real can have on a human being, that they can, like, they can make you want to be the best thing you can be and make you want to go out and, like, inspire other people to be their best selves. And that's what I want to do with film. It's not just people, you know, just looking for a way to make good money, and like, I don't really even care about that, honestly. Film is art, and it needs to be cherished and upheld, and just the legacy of it needs to be just maintained, I guess. And that's what I kind of want to do, because if I don't, I'm letting my icon down.